On February 22nd, 2024, Laken Riley, a 22-year-old nursing student at Augusta University in the United States, embarked on her usual Thursday morning routine. However, tragedy struck as she was kidnapped and murdered while jogging at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia. Subsequently, her lifeless body was found in Oconee Forest Park near Lake Herrick. Authorities concluded that she had tragically succumbed to fatal injuries caused by blunt force trauma. At this point, the question on the mind of everyone was who could have committed such a heinous act, and most importantly, why? Hello, guys, my name is Jerry, and today we'll be exploring the disturbing story of Laken Riley, a nursing student whose life was tragically cut short. But before we continue, if you haven't already, please do well to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more. Now, let's get back to the story. Laken Riley loved to run, and she was frequently seen on trails around the University of Georgia. She enjoyed the scenic views and peacefulness of the route, which went past fields and a lake. But one day, on February 22nd, 2024, things took a dark turn when Laken didn't return home by lunchtime. Concerned, her roommate, who shared Laken's passion for running, contacted campus authorities. In less than an hour, their worst fears were realized when Laken's lifeless body was discovered in a wooded area along her usual route. The scene was horrific. Her skull had been brutally crushed. Laken was a true Georgia native, hailing from Woodstock, and she was a star in high school on the cross-country track. She attended Augusta University as a nursing student in Athens. Before that, she attended River Ridge High School in 2020 and studied at the University of Georgia, where she was part of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority. During high school, she was active in the cross-country team. Even as a 22-year-old nursing student, Laken Riley exemplified remarkable dedication to her fitness routine, despite juggling various responsibilities, including her role as a nanny, active participation in her sorority, involvement in her church, and academic pursuits. Laken consistently prioritized her passion for running. After her body was discovered, the investigation moved swiftly, with authorities identifying a suspect within 24 hours. The police described Riley's killing as an opportunistic crime and stated that the perpetrator seemed to have acted alone. Video footage and technology led the police to 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra, who was later apprehended at his apartment complex, located just a few minutes' walk from where Laken's body was discovered. Antonio is a Venezuelan man who entered the United States illegally in September 2022, crossing the U.S. southern border with Mexico near El Paso, Texas. He had been previously arrested by both federal and state officials in multiple jurisdictions. A bench warrant was issued for his arrest in December 2023 after he failed to appear in court for a shoplifting case in Georgia. Evidence against Jose was reportedly quite compelling, and his neighbors provided additional insights into his bizarre solitary behavior. They describe him as a reclusive individual who kept to himself and rarely engaged with others. Often observed sitting outside his studio apartment, he appeared to be more of an observer than an active participant in the community. This solitary nature, coupled with the compelling evidence, raised suspicions about his involvement in the crime. Some neighbors noted that Laken Riley, the victim, would frequently pass through the apartment complex to access a nearby trail. This observation raises speculation about whether the suspect had been observing her and possibly targeting her, adding a chilling layer to the tragic event. Furthermore, residents claim that their home security cameras captured the suspect disposing of blood-stained clothing and other potential evidence in the dumpsters nearby. This swift action by the residents, who wasted no time in reporting this footage to the authorities, played a crucial role in advancing the investigation and potentially uncovering key evidence in the case. The shocking nature of the incident is compounded by the fact that Laken was believed to be safe while jogging on a well-known path in broad daylight. With over 3 decades passing since the last murder on campus, Athens, Georgia, has maintained a reputation as a peaceful college town with minimal crime activity. The community was stunned by the brutal nature of the crime, as such violence was rare in this typically serene environment. The police described the horrific incident as a case of being in the right place at the wrong time. Laken was brutally beaten to the point where her skull was irreversibly damaged, highlighting the random and senseless nature of the attack. This tragic event served as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of violence and left the community mourning the loss of a vibrant young woman. Jose is facing serious charges, including preventing Laken from calling 911 and concealing her death by taking her to a remote location. The entire campus is reeling from this tragedy, but it's not just the crime itself that's causing outrage. Jose's journey to Athens has sparked widespread anger across the country. He entered the U.S. illegally through El Paso, Texas, with a woman claiming to be his wife and her child. After a brief stint in a detention center, they were released and sent to New York City. This aspect of the case has ignited a debate about immigration policies and border security, with many questioning how someone with Jose's background could enter and move freely within the country. The revelation of his immigration status has added a layer of complexity to an already heartbreaking situation, further fueling the public's outrage and prompting calls for stricter immigration enforcement. The case has become a focal point for discussions about the need for comprehensive immigration reform and the importance of border security. However, Jose's troubles didn't end there. He was involved in another incident where he put the woman's child in danger while working as a food delivery driver. Shortly after, he split from his wife and headed to Georgia to live with his brother. Jose found himself in trouble once more, this time for shoplifting, which resulted in a bench warrant issued for his arrest. He failed to show up in court for a shoplifting case in Georgia, compounding his legal issues. On February 23, 2024, Jose once again found himself back in handcuffs for the murder of Laken Riley. But this time, escaping the law won't be so easy. He's facing a slew of serious charges, including malice murder, felony murder, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another individual. These charges carry significant consequences. Now, following this tragedy, the University of Georgia is taking action to enhance campus security. They are investing a staggering $7.3 million to bolster security measures, including a 20% increase in the campus police budget, installing additional security cameras, improving lighting, and erecting new fences in key areas. After the heartbreaking murder of Laken Riley, her case grabbed national attention during a period of heightened border crossings under President Biden's administration. Media outlets extensively covered the incident, elevating it to a national political case, as noted by Forbes' Sarah Dorn. In the wake of her tragic death, Riley's family revealed plans to establish a foundation in her honor, aiming to preserve her memory and continue her legacy. Her stepfather expressed their unwavering commitment to ensuring that Laken's impact endures. Former President Donald Trump utilized Truth Social to denounce the murder, linking it to what he described as the border invasion he believed was damaging the nation. Meanwhile, Laken Riley's parents have been heartbroken ever since they heard the news of their daughter's horrific death. Despite being invited to the State of the Union by Georgia Congressman Mike Collins, Riley's parents, Jason Riley and Allison Phillips, respectfully declined the invitation. In response to the tragedy, the House of Representatives passed by Laken Riley Act on March 7, 2024, in a 251 to 170 vote. This legislation, if enacted, would mandate the federal detention of migrants involved in burglary or theft and empower states to pursue legal action against the federal government for failing to enforce immigration laws. As Jose navigates through the legal system, more details about the case are anticipated to surface. Okay guys, that wraps up our video for today. Let us know your thoughts on this horrifying incident in the comments section. If you found this informative and would love to see more, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more.